Hello there. Thanks for joining me this evening. This is going to be a nice, relaxing, calming flow. We're going to start this one in child's pose at the back of the mat. So go ahead and meet me there. If you'd like to grab a bolster or a pillow to make this a little more comfy, please do be my guest. A blanket would also make this super warm and fuzzy. So let's go ahead and meet there. You can take wide-legged child's pose or normal child's pose. I'm going to leave that choice up to you. Whichever one you choose, we're going to take the hands and walk them out front instead of by our sides. Allowing the forehead to come to the mat. Just beginning to ground here, feeling the earth beneath you. Taking a few rounds of breath. Noticing the thoughts that arise. I'm just coming into awareness and control here. One more round of breath here. Go ahead and come up onto the fingertips and walk the hands over towards the right side. In a nice left side body stretch and bringing that left ear to the mat. And slowly coming back to those fingertips. Walking all the way over towards the left. Sinking down here, bringing that right ear to the mat. And slowly I'll walk back to center. And just take 2 rounds of breath here. And gently we'll peel up and we'll come into our tabletop position. No rush, gentle, slow movements here this evening. And once we get here, we're just going to allow that inhale to take the gaze up and the exhale to round through the spine and the gaze goes back. Do this a few times. Match it up with your inhales and exhales here. Wherever you are, we're going to take one more full round here. Beautiful. We're going to go ahead and lower down to our bellies, coming up onto the forearms for Sphinx. Spreading those fingers wide, pulling that heart space through, gazes up. Noticing the sensations in the body, noticing where the pull is, where's our effort and ease here. The acceptance of where we are, dropping the battle of the mind, pulling those shoulders away from the ears, unclenching the jaw, relaxing through the forehead, softening the thoughts, allowing the peace to overflow you. We'll take one more round of breath here. We're going to bring our fingers to create a diamond shape, and then we're going to put our forehead down in that diamond. And then we're just going to shift our hips left or right, slowly, gently, really noticing how you feel. Or just finding stillness if that feels best for you. One more round of breath here. We're going to come into puppy pose. So gently paling up, sending the hips up and back. Chest comes towards the mat. Gaze can be forward, or you can bring your forehead to the mat. Choice is yours. Dropping back into the softness, the ease here. Connecting to the breath. One more round of breath here. And slowly we'll walk the hands back, coming through this child's pose again. Staying in connection with your breath. Allowing room for the peace, letting go of the battle. You've done your best today. And that's all that ever matters. Releasing all of those things that are out of our control.
coming back home to the only place that we are in control here in this human suit. Slowly we'll peel up. We're just going to come through this seated, kneeling position here. I'm hoping that you are already feeling more calm and relaxed. We're going to walk the hands forward, coming through on all fours, and we're going to step this right foot to the outer edge of this right hand, coming in for lizard. I'm going to stay propped up here for just a moment. If you want, you can plant this left hand, taking the right hand to the right thigh or knee. And if it feels good and it's within your practice, you can come back around and come down to the forearms. If you have a bolster or a block or your pillow, right here is where you would become really comfy with it. We're just going to be here for 5 rounds of breath. Dropping the battle of the mind, letting the experience unravel you. Take one more round of breath. Slowly we'll walk the hands back up. We're going to heel toe this foot over to the left, coming in for our pigeon. If you want to take that block or bolster under that right hip, be my guest. We're going to come to this nice tall pigeon first before we recliner. Beautiful. If it feels good and you'd like to, you can come on down to the forearms and fold over this right leg. Just making sure that left leg is straight behind us here. Feels good. You can bring your arms in front of you and bring your head down to your fingers or hands. Tapping back into the breath here. Letting go of the thoughts that are no longer serving us. Inviting in peace and calm here. Just being the observer, not letting the thoughts run wild. ever so slowly. Peel that upper body up. We'll shift the weight over to this right leg, and we're going to bring around the left for our cow legs. So if you can't get the knees to stack, don't worry about it. We're just pulling this left over as far as we can get it. We want to feel the sensation in this outer right hip and probably in this outer left hip too. We've already got the right one quite stretched out though, so it should be a little more comfy on that right hip. Maybe a little less comfy on the left. Once you find your cow legs, we're just going to sit here up tall with our eyes closed for 2 rounds of breath, maybe 3. And then if it feels good, you can fold forward over your legs, only if it feels good. As always, there should never be any shooting, stabbing, or sharp pains anywhere. Slight level of discomfort is acceptable. Dropping the battle in the mind, inviting in the peace and the calm. And if you want, you can walk the upper body forward only if it feels good. One more round of breath here. And gently we walk back up. If you've been here long, you know I love to get out of this by our twisty twizzle. So we're going to walk the body forward, and then we're going to have the feet come to the mat in a twisted position, and then we're going to walk towards the right. We end up wide-legged fold. Feet are off the mat. That's okay. Just hang here for just a second. And noticing the difference between the legs here. Take one more round of breath. You can bring your hands to the mat. We're going to lower the hips down, coming through a yogi squat, using the elbows to push against the knees. Gaze is up. Crown is lifted. We are happy, calm, peaceful yogis right now. Very nice. I'm going to release the hands at heart center and bring them forward. And we're going to walk forward and come back into our all fours position. And we have another side to do. So we're going to step this left foot to the outer edge of that left hand, keeping the upper body lifted, feeling into this left side. If you want, you can plant your right hand, take the left hand to the thigh or the knee to add a little pressure. Just a little bit here. If it feels good, you can come back around and maybe come down to the forearms. If it's within your practice and feels nice, you're going to be here for 5 rounds of breath. Slowly walking the hands up here, heel toe in this foot all the way over to the right. Coming in for our pigeon, making sure that right leg is straight behind us. We're going to sit up nice and tall first, noticing how you feel here. If you had the block on that hip on the right, let's go and take that block under the hip on the left. And if it feels good, you can go ahead and walk forward. Coming onto the forearms, or maybe crossing the arms and bringing the head to rest on the hands. One more round of breath here. Gently peeling up. Shifting the weight to this left side and bringing this right leg around. Coming in for cow legs on this side. I know it's just everyone's favorite pose here, but it's such a good stretch. Such a good reminder to let go of the battle that happens in the mind, to allow the experience to unravel us, allowing us to know ourselves deeper. We're just going to sit up right here for a couple rounds of breath. feels good. You can fold over these legs or just stay seated upright there. Take one more round of breath here. And gently coming back up. Walking the hands forward and spinning around back into our wide-legged forward fold. Feet are back off of the mat, and that's okay. Let's go ahead and find ragdoll here. Grabbing opposite elbows. You can find stillness, or you can take that sway left or right. Choice is yours. Closing the eyes down, noticing how it feels. One more round of breath. Hands to the mat, lowering the hips down for yogi squat. Elbows push against the knees here. Maybe closing the eyes down. Wonderful job, my friends. We're going to slowly just come onto our booties here. We're at the back of the mat, so we're going to scooch forward here. Now we're going to come into our plow pose. If you don't like plow, you can do bridge pose, or you could do rabbit if you don't like plow. Otherwise, we're going to rock onto our backs and allow our feet to come up over our heads. You can use the hands on the mat or on your back to push the feet over, keeping the gaze up towards the ceiling or the sky. If the feet don't touch the ground, that's fine. It's not an issue. It's all the same stretch in the back. Just going to come here for a few rounds of breath. Oh, I'll take one more round here. And we're going to come through fish. So our hands are going to come to the mat, and our booties are going to roll on top of our hands. Lower the legs all the way down, and then allow the upper body to push up. Heart lifting here, gaze is up, or drop the head back. take one more round of breath here and fish. Slowly we'll release down to our backs. Hug the knees in and just rock left to right. Feeling that calm and peace that is surrounding you now. Allow the tranquility to exist. And when it feels good, you can go ahead and allow that left leg to drop down, hugging the right knee in. We're coming in for a supine twist. So go ahead and take that right knee to the left, coming to that outer left hip. Taking that right hand towards the right side and taking your gaze towards that right hand. You can use this left hand on the right knee if you'd like. Back into center with the breath here. One more round. And slowly back to center, hugging both of the knees in. Allowing the right to drop. And then we're going to take that left to the right, come into that outer right hip. Left hand goes towards the left side. Gaze follows it. Maybe taking this right hand to that right knee if it feels good for you. Coming back to the breath, letting go of that battle in the mind. One more round of breath here. And gently coming back, we're going to take reclined bound cobbler. So go ahead and take your legs into a cobbler position. We're going to take our hands overhead, just like ragdoll when we're in a forward fold. We're going to grab for those opposite elbows. Tapping into your breath here. Relaxing into this pose. Relaxing the forehead. Unclenching the jaw. Taking the tongue off of the roof of the mouth. noticing the big peaceful bubble surrounding you. Home. We are home here. You can stay here, or you can come into Shavasana if you would rather be in Shavasana now. I challenge you to take up a little more space. Open those legs up a little wider. Take those arms out a little wider. You deserve this. Let go of that battle, that mental battle. Drop it. Breathe quietly and let it be. Let your body relax. Let your heart soften. Open up to whatever you experience without a fight. Just be here now. I challenge you to stay here as long as you can, relishing in the peace and the calm that surrounds you. Have a dreamy night's sleep. Thank you for joining me. Namaste.